Everyone, back for another review. This time we're gonna be doing God damn it. Alright, let's see if this latest iteration in the DCEU animation universe is a little bit more on par with their early animated features and not the current stable of garbage. What am I talking about? None other than Batman Ninja. Alright, Batman Ninja. This takes place in feudal Japan. What happens is Batman goes to attack Killer Gorilla Grodd, who is making a time machine. He sets him to go back to feudal Japan so that he can conquer the world. When this is happening, it's during a convention of villains, and all of Batman's people are there, so all of them get sucked back into, they never really specify a time period, but feudal Japan. And for some reason, and it's never really explained, Batman gets there 2 years after everyone else. So all the bad guys have taken little castles, little parts of Japan, and Batman's just getting there. And there is a tribe of ninja there who believe that they formed this ninja trial, I kid you the hell not, because they knew a Westerner would come to save the Japanese. That is a line of dialogue in this movie. Why are more people not being upset at this movie? Of all the times I'm gonna hear crap about this is whitewashing. Oh, I'm tired of hearing stories where the white man has to come and save whoever. No one has an issue. This is literally a line of dialogue in this fucking movie where they say, we knew a Westerner was gonna come and save us, so we took up the mantle of the Bat. The world works in mysterious ways. But yeah, and this movie is obviously done by a Japanese company, and it was allowed by DC Animation, which, I'm not gonna lie, is a kind of interesting choice. And I applaud them for doing it. But once again, with the story, and no one has said it. IGN has given this like an 8 point whatever, and this isn't a good movie. There are no story. The one story is everyone wants to, or the good guys want to go home. The bad guys, whatever, because there are various bad guys in here, most of which get no time whatsoever. The only two villains that get time are obviously the Joker and Gorilla Grodd. That's it. They wasted Poison Ivy, they wasted Deathstroke, Penguin, Two-Face, Bane. All of them were just more or less cameo pieces in it. This is the one thing that I think a lot of people are going to like about the movie. The animation is beautiful. But at times it can clash, because you can tell the background is hand-drawn, but the characters are like, they are drawn, but you can tell they're done on one of those tablets, so to make it look more computery, so it kind of does stand out, but not necessarily in a terrible way. But there are parts, especially later on when we get to the mecha. Yes, there are mecha. This movie does not shy away from anime stereotypes. There are scenes when people are getting introduced, you will see the Japanese lettering coming over them, and then all of a sudden they'll say their name at the bottom. That happens more or less for all the bad guys. The good guys get kind of no fanfare. They just show up. Red Robin, Nightwing, Red Hood. Red Hood is really a weird-ass take on the character. But I've been watching Legion, so I'm good with it. there is a scene in the middle of the movie that is completely out of left field. The animation style will all of a sudden change from this mixture between hand-drawn backgrounds to, you know, characters that are written on drawn on tablets, so they look more cleaner and they kind of stick out a little bit, to a part where it's totally hand-drawn. And it kind of looks like something like out of that Giant Red Turtle, or if you saw Batman Gotham Knights, the story where all the kids were talking about why they were late for meeting up with each other and their stories about how they met the Batman. It was drawn in that style, and it is really surreal. And at first I questioned it, but when they explain what some of the characters, what two of the characters were doing in that scene, it was actually kind of brilliant. The ending, we go full anime as we have mechs. It looks like something crossed between like the Zords or like the animation from Transformers Energon. That's how the mechs look, especially when they combine to be like a Voltron, you know, Genasi, a combiner from the Transformers series, which is kind of funny. But this, if I was to, and then a whole bunch of ridiculousness happens. That would be the best word to sum up this whole movie: ridiculousness on top of ridiculous. There are no story arcs. Maybe one where Bruce finally admits, "Oh, I am the white person to save these Japanese people." Once again, I didn't have an issue with it. I just found it funny that no one else has taken up that thought process. But the ending, it had a chance to be really good because it really doesn't have any memorable fight scenes. A lot of the movies is people talking to each other, especially the Joker, and the Joker's voice is kind of grating. It's the Joker is played by Tony Hale in this, and he's kind of obnoxious, which I think is kind of the purpose, but he is annoying as me the fan watching it. So I really didn't know how I felt about his performance. There is a part at the end where they had a chance to have, because you would think this is first of all, this is an anime, you would figure it'd have like really great fight scenes, but it kind of didn't. All the fight scenes were just like, I completely forgot about him, and I literally just saw the movie. The end fight scene with Joker and Batman was really good, and then all of a sudden it devolved into ridiculousness. And I was just like, alright, whatever. Because it just came out of nowhere. Roger Craig Smith, the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog, is the Batman in this one. This is not as terrible as some of the more recent DC animated stuff. It's not Batman Catwoman or Batman Harley Quinn. It's not the new 52 Batman stuff with Son of Batman, Batman and Robin, any of that crap. But it still doesn't match up to like the stuff we were getting beforehand with, you know, Doom, Justice League Doom, Flashpoint Paradox. Nowhere near the stuff we were getting. It's not even, you know, Batman Arkham, Assault on Arkham. Nowhere near Red Hood. This movie's alright. I think a lot of people are going to be judging it just on its visuals. And if I don't shy anyone away from it. I think you should watch it for the visuals, but don't expect to be blown away by the story or characters, anything like that. This is just a visual thing. And that's about it. If I had to rate this movie 5.5, it's fine. It had a couple of cool moments, but it's more a movie about how over the top and ridiculous it can get. And if you're into that, that's fine. Have fun. You'll have a blast with this movie, I think. For me, I just was just like, you have no story, you don't have me. I need more than visuals for a movie. Or at least that's how I look at it. I do give them credit for trying, but yeah, this isn't a movie I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna lose any sleep about. I will say I did like more or less all the makeovers the characters got. Probably the only one I didn't like was Bane, and plus he was just wasted. He was in one scene. That's it. So 5.5. That's what I give Batman Ninja. Did you see Batman Ninja? If you do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Was it just the right level of ridiculousness for you than it was for me? Let me know in the comments before. Of course, like, subscribe, and I will be seeing you later with another review. Bye.